Yo, what is up guys, and welcome to another Wild Rift video. And in today's video we're going to be looking through the patch notes of the new patch 3.5b. So I haven't read through these patch notes yet. Let's get into it. Never fear, there's still plenty to fawn over this patch with the arrival of Lilia. Lilia apparently is this hot girl that is merged with a horse, which makes her less hot because it's a horse. Yeah, so on to the video. The Spirit Realm. Snowball fights with our favorite polo piles. Blah, 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 blah. All this doesn't matter. This patch will last a little longer than our typical balance patches because, as our friends on League PC mentioned, many of us will be on a riot-wide break for the end of December. Yeah, of course, because it's Christmas. Got it. Alright. New champion, Lilia. Yeah, so Lilia is, as I said, the girl on the horse, right? I have no idea about anything about this champion. We'll see what she's gonna be. I heard she's a jungler, but yeah. She's gonna be released 15th? Oh my god, is that tonight? Wait, what? I'm gonna have to check that out because then I have to make a guide tonight. We'll see. Step into the Spirit Realm and see what awaits you. The Spirit Blossom events, yeah, it begins here. Alright, let's get to the important part. The champion changes. Braum. Braum and his marvelous mustache have been overperforming at all levels. I agree. So we're trimming his stash. And lowering some of his base stats to bring him more in line with other supports. Don't worry though, Braum would still want them to be behind him though. His base attack damage from 58 to 54, this really doesn't change much. Well, actually it does. You know what? I'll give them credit where credit is due. Because his level 1 was really powerful and this nerfs his level 1. His basic attacking from level 1. Okay, I get it. Fine. His base armor from 50 to 46. Sure, it's gonna make him squishier at level 1. Okay, I get it. I get it. These are good nerfs to him. This doesn't hurt him a lot. It's just frustration. You know, level 1 Braum is very frustrating to play against. Dr. Mundo. Mundo truly goes where he pleases, and with more monster damage on Infected Bonesaw, I don't know what Infected Bonesaw means, it looks like he's heading towards the jungle. We made sure to give Baron Lane some tune-ups as well, and lowered the cooldown on his hard zapper. Oh, that's an ability. First ability does more damage to jungle. So Mundo jungle gets a massive buff because look at this. From 125 to 250 cap. Huge jungle damage, early game especially. Huge. Second ability cooldown gets reduced, which makes him tankier because it allows you to tank up more stuff. With ability haste, this cooldown is going to be on like 6 seconds in the late game now. Huge buff actually. Huge buff for Mundo Jungle. I need to make a video of it because this is a huge buff for Mundo Jungle. Since our last changes, Garen has significantly fallen off in higher level of play. Not really. I hate to break it to you. You know, maybe they have the statistics and stuff. But I hate to break it to them that Garen is still incredibly powerful in the Baron lane, even in high elo. We're going to give this golden boy some justice and revert Judgment's damage nerf and increase the crit multiplier. Huh? No, they're gonna buff Garen? You'll be rewarded for your more skillful plays. Third ability, more base damage. So yeah, more base damage and bigger crit. Oh my god, they're nerfing Garen. They're nerfing Garen. Oh, this is a nerf to tank Garen and AD Garen because AD Garen is gonna do much more damage with the crit and tank Garen gets the base damage buff, right? So this is a... God, really? On his third ability as well. It's so annoying, this ability already. Khazarian is 100% getting a buff, by the way, because he's trash right now. While Khazarian can be frustrating to play against, true. The old Khazarian, yes. His win rates have been on the lower side. I get it, because Khazarian is absolute garbage right now. So we're lending him a hand and giving some of his abilities a boost to make sure he doesn't get lost in the void. Null Sphere, which is his first ability, gets a small eeny-weeny base damage buff, which you're really not gonna feel too much, and a 1 second cooldown reduction. This is not enough for Khazarian. Like, this is not it. Like, his first ability is not important. It's not very important in the late game. You know what this is really gonna do? It's gonna make him stronger at dealing with bruisers. And he has the hardest time dealing with bruisers. The reason that I'm saying it's gonna make him stronger against bruisers because you can silence them more often now in the later stages of the game. You know, with some ability haste and stuff, you're gonna have this on like a 5 second cooldown. And you can silence them more often, you know, instead of having it on a 6 second cooldown. That's basically it. King. Even after our adjustments last patch, they mean even after our massive buffs, because they actually buffed Kane a lot. You could say that Shadow Assassin Kayn is still feeling a bit blue. Yeah, so the red Kayn is feeling okay, but the Shadow one, the blue one, is indeed feeling a little bit weak. We're increasing his burst potential with his passive, and also speeding up Blade's reach. We feel that ability still feels weaker, especially when compared to Slaker's Kayn, which is the red Kayn. So we're hoping to speed up fits Shadow Assassin's theme of quick strikes. His passive, Shadow Assassin bonus damage, goes from 10% to 38 to 14 to 42. Massive early game nerf and a good late game buff as well. And then the second ability, the charge time goes faster. So like his second ability goes much faster. You can already walk through the second ability. And now it's going to be faster. Instead of 0.55 seconds, 0.4. So it's going to be much easier to hit. Much, much easier. Nunu and Willem, we're increasing the... Wait. Nunu feels fine. Are they really suggesting they're going to change Nunu? We're increasing the ratios across Nunu's kit, so that you can start saying yes, yes to those more diverse builds rather than Nunu. First ability, healing ability power ratio, 60-70. So, okay, only AP Nunu is getting buffed with the first ability. Third ability as well. Oh, everything is an AP Nunu buff. So first ability is gonna heal you more if you go full AP Nunu. Third ability is gonna do more damage per snowball if you go full AP Nunu. And the max damage is gonna be more as well. And the ultimate... Oh, the shielding only. The shielding goes from 150 to 180%. For a second, I thought this was a damage buff. This would have been absolutely broken, but this is also pretty good. It really helps AP Nunu because AP Nunu struggles with tankiness. So this is going to help him become tankier, right? With the ultimate, because the barrier is bigger. I feel like I have to make a full AP Nunu video after this, because like he already got a massive buff in some recent patches. Now this as well, I have to make a full AP Nunu video at this point. Pantheon. We're increasing the early cooldown of Pantheon's Aegis Assault, which I believe is his third ability, to help him out during the early laning phase and those first few jungle clears. We're also buffing his ultimate and giving it more armor penetration so that he can make a grand entrance even in the later stages of the game. Okay! Please, late game buffs. So third ability gets a cooldown reduction in the early game from 18 to 15, and then late game is the same. Okay, that's pretty decent. And oh, this is amazing. This is what he needs. Oh, this is amazing. In the late game, instead of having 20% armor penetration, he now has 25% armor penetration. He's gonna be an absolute bruiser shredder, especially with a Bladed Rune King and a Black Cleaver. 5% more passive armor penetration. Really, really great buff. I love this buff on Pantheon. Really nice. Rakan. Rakan feels weak, to be honest. So I'm sure, let's see what they do. Bird on the street is that Rakan is a little too good, really, at starting a party. Particularly high levels of play. I gotta be honest with you guys, like, I am not seeing any Rakan. And whenever I see Rakan, it's absolute garbage. So I don't know what they're talking about. We're slightly reducing the amount of movement speed he gains when he charms foes with his ultimate. So if he hits enemies with his ultimate, instead of getting 100% bonus movement speed, he now only gets 75. Actually a pretty decent nerf. I don't think he deserved it. I actually think Rakan was in a fine spot, but okay, I guess. Oops, 1 second. Whatever, it fell too far away. Riven. Riven has been a menace in higher level of play. True, yes. While also still struggling to find her footing in other levels of play. I get that. Like, she's a really hard champion, but in high elo, of course, people know how to play her. Since our previous attempts at reducing the defenses her abilities grant her and increasing her passive defenses were effective at reducing this gap. We're going back for round 3. Okay. Her base stats go up. So armor per level from 3.9 to 4.5, which means 0.6 more. Which means at max level, you're gonna get 9 armor more. Not a lot, but it's okay. But really not a lot. Health regeneration also goes up. Okay. But then her third ability, the shield attack damage ratio, okay, from 100 to 90%. So you're gonna get less shield from your third ability, but you're getting more tankiness passively. Definitely. Well, it nerfs her in high elo and it buffs her in low elo. Makes her easier to play. Okay. Gameplay changes. Domination runes. Giantslayer. Giantslayer has been coming online too quickly. Okay. But it's hard to see and appreciate its power when it's finally activated and online. So we're scaling back the condition so that it only triggers on champions, building durability and also increasing the effect. 500 bonus health increases additional damage by 10%. Huh? Wait, what? Giantslayer has been coming online too quickly, but it's hard to see and appreciate its power when it's finally activated. they're scaling back the condition so that it only triggers on champions building durability and also increasing the effect. But they're just straight up buffing it here. From 500 bonus damage to 10% to 700 bonus damage by 40%. Am I missing something? Because they're saying we're scaling back the condition so that it only triggers on champions building durability. And then increasing the effect. Are they trying to say you only get the 14% bonus damage if the enemy reached that 700 bonus health? I'm not sure, but what I'm seeing here is just a straight up buff. This looks quite insane to me. Giantslayer is going to be incredibly powerful. 14% bonus damage against tanks? What? Can you imagine Brandt with Giantslayer? He's going to destroy tanks. Wow. Domination, sudden impact. Sudden impact feels quite weak, so I expect a buff. We're making sudden impact more impactful. Haha, I could have seen that coming. I could have seen that one coming. And hope to broaden its audience by increasing the duration of the buff so champions with single dashes get more use out of it. Armor and magic resists penetration from 10 to 13. Okay, more, stronger armor penetration and magic penetration. And then the duration also goes up from 3 to 4 seconds. Great. Great. I feel like this may actually be quite powerful on Lucian now. He has a lot of dashes, right? He has a lot of dashes. Or like AP Gragas. Oh, this would be disgusting on Gragas. On Rengar too. God. Oh, I cannot wait for this patch, guys. Whew. Next up, we got Pathfinder. Pathfinder has been a bit weaker after release. So we're buffing the regeneration it grants to make it more noticeable. When out of combat, recover missing health or mana per second from 0.6 to 1. Alright, nice. Really, I guess nice. Yeah, makes sense. So, is that it? Yeah, that is it. What do I have to say about this? I mean, I actually like these changes. You know what? I really like these champion changes especially. And for the rune changes, I really don't know what they mean with the Giantslayer. I don't fully understand it, but I think it's an okay change. We'll see. We'll see what it does. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in the next Wild Rift video. Bye bye.